It's time to set off on a new adventure. That's right, van life will be part of my future in 2024, and I'd love to meet you while I journey around the US. Or maybe we'll meet in Spain for a cup of coffee. Hi, my name is Nicole. Welcome to my channel, Travel to Money. In this video, I'll be sharing about my plans for van life and other travel plans in 2024 and introduce you to the new van, which I'm currently taking name suggestions for. If you have any good ideas, definitely let me know below. Okay, let's talk about how I got here. I was born in 1979. Okay, well, maybe we don't need to go that far back, but let me briefly tell you a little bit about my personality type. My Myers-Briggs type is ENFP, and my Enneagram type is a 7. I used Bard, an AI tool, to write a brief sentence about ENFPs and Enneagram 7s. Here's what Bard came up with.
ENFPs are energetic, free spirits who spark creative connections and champion meaningful adventures.
Which pretty much describes my life. And when asked to describe an Enneagram 7, Bard responded with,
Enneagram 7s are enthusiastic adventurers who crave new experiences and avoid boredom at all costs.
Enter van life. The thing with me is, one project, one goal, one country, one adventure, one job, one hobby, it's never enough. I crave new experiences like Elon Musk longs for Mars. In a lot of ways, I think I've become known as the girl who bought a few houses in Spain. And that's true, I did buy a few houses in Spain, but that will only be one of many new projects or adventures I set out on. And that's because of the way I'm wired. Jack of all trades, master of some. With that in mind, another truth about this personality type is that I often have way more fun in the planning phase than I do in the actual adventure phase. Years ago, I set off for 6 months of world travel. My starting destination was Paris. During my first evening after arriving in Paris, I was on the phone with my dad, explaining to him that my new dream was to build a tiny house when I got back to the US. And this is the story of my life, living one adventure while getting the most fun out of planning for the next adventure. Does anyone else relate to this? Now, I still have a lot of work to do on my latest house in Spain, which is why I won't be starting van life until the summer. I have to be a grown-up and go finish what I started, so I'm heading to Spain for the months of April and May. If you're there and want to swing by Pago, let me know. I'd love to have a couple of gatherings. Then when I return to the US, I'll be setting off on some domestic travels in the new rig. I don't have super specific plans, and I'm trying to learn not to overplan and let the van travels be a little bit flexible. But I do know that I plan to make it to California at some point. And since I'm taking off from Florida, I guess I'll be stopping in a lot of other states as well. Now, I don't know if full-time van life is for me, but I do think my next few years are likely to include van life in large chunks. I still want to travel more of Europe, South and Central America, and Southeast Asia, not to mention I want to spend at least a few months every year at my home in Spain. And this is the kind of life I've wanted to design, one of freedom, adventure, and time for the people and places that I call home. Now, even though I see van life as taking up some large chunks of my year, I'm going to see how much time I actually want to spend in the van. I'm considering combining it with house sitting. So if I find a really awesome house sit for somewhere between a week and a month, I can live in the van on my way there, but then have a place to settle in with a nice hot shower and usually a sweet dog or cat to love on for a little bit. This is the great thing about designing your own adventure. You can get really creative and design it exactly how you want. If you're interested in house sitting, where you stay for free in beautiful homes around the world in exchange for looking after a pet and a home, definitely check out the link in my bio for my favorite house sitting site that I've used for 8 years. Now, let me show you the van and why I decided on this particular rig. My first concern was budget. Some van life vans can cost over $200,000. Basically, in those situations, you're buying a van instead of a house, or you're just someone with tons of money. But if you know me, you know I'm on a budget and I'm thrifty. I really wanted a Sprinter van because whether you get the Dodge or the Mercedes version, they both have the Mercedes engine, and this thing is known for how long it lasts. They are diesel engines that tend to last at least 500,000 miles without any major engine repairs. Sometimes they can even get up to 1,000,000 miles. It's just a great engine. Now, the van I ended up going with is a 2005 Dodge Sprinter with the engine I just mentioned. These vans come in different lengths and heights. The van I purchased is shorter in length at just 144 inches long, and the ceiling height when you're standing inside is comfortable for anyone under 5'10", though if you were 6 feet tall, you may have to bend your neck a little. Anyhow, it's fine for me since I'm just 5'6". For the most part, I was looking for longer vans. However, this particular van, even though it was shorter, was laid out in a way that met all of my needs. Honestly, even the vans that were twice the price of this one were all missing something that I was looking for, but this van had it all. One of the things I really like about this van is that the bed and the seats are both in a permanent place and that I don't have to fold up the bed in order to sit down. Now, the bed isn't huge. It can sleep 2 people, but it's closer to a full size than a queen. Again, fine by me. In between the two seats, you can see the wood piece under the bed. That piece pops out and can be used for a table between the two seats, and also gives you access to the storage area under the bed. In addition to the two seats near the bed, the front passenger seat is also able to swivel around and face the room. Now, the main sacrifice of this van is the bathroom. It has a portable toilet underneath one of the seats, but if you have 2 people in the van, it's definitely not private. For showers, it is equipped with an outdoor shower and a shower tent that you hang on one of the back doors of the van. Personally, I prefer to have the living space saved in exchange for dealing with the toilet and shower being a little less private, but it's definitely going to take some getting used to. Now, for storage, you have all of the upper cabinets, this one full cabinet, storage under one of the seats, and a little more storage on the side, and then you have the underbed storage as well. Plenty of space as long as you're not trying to bring your whole house of stuff with you. The kitchen area is equipped with a sink and a gray water tank below. The freshwater tank holds 20 gallons. Then under the bed, the van is equipped with an instant hot water heater that you will probably want to use for those outdoor showers. The van does have a couple of solar panels, but they're the ones that stick to the top of the van, and from what I've read, are probably not the most optimal. I'll get more into my plans for solar and power in the van in a later video. The van also came with this, which looks like a cooler, but it's actually a fridge and a freezer. These are made for vans. While you're driving, they have this DC plug that goes into the cigarette lighter, and while you're parked, they have this AC plug. Right next to the cooler under the passenger seat, the van has been equipped with a diesel heater. The diesel tank has been mounted behind the driver's seat of the van so that when you fill up the van with diesel, you can also easily open up the driver door to fill your interior tank. There are lights throughout the cabin, and even these little lights over the bed that are equipped with USB chargers that you can use for your phone. In another video soon, I will go over all my plans for updating the van and getting ready for that first trip this coming summer. I've got to think about power, safety, maintenance, and all of the things I want to equip the van with so that it makes van life as easy and convenient as possible. I may also plan to update the paneling on the walls because this particular panel type just looks really cheap. Well, what do you think of the new van and my plans for the year? Would you travel in a van like this? I was able to score it for a cool $16,000, and I feel like that's a pretty good deal. Haven't seen any other Sprinters in that price range with this kind of build out. I can't wait to hear what you think. Do me a favor, like this video and subscribe to join me every day where travel and adventure build financial freedom. I can't wait to see where your dreams will take you.